Hello and welcome to the video. It's Allie, of course. Today I'm going to be doing some cinnamon apple makeup. I don't really know if that's a real thing. It's kind of just like the latte girl makeup where it's just a little saying to make it seem cute, but really it's just brown eyeshadow. But I thought it was fun and cute, and it kind of makes sense because I have brown eyeshadow like cinnamon and red lips like an apple, so cinnamon apple makeup. I'm just gonna hang out here with you while we watch the video because I feel like I don't like just listening to a voiceover. I like to see someone talk, so I assume everyone's that way as well. Let's get into it. To start, I have some cold spoons on my eyes because the night before this I had a total mental breakdown moment and I was just kind of just crying about everything. I felt really overwhelmed, and then this exact day I got my period. So it all makes sense. Like my eyes were kind of puffy, so the cold spoons were to combat that. For my eyebrows, I use the NYX thickening brow mascara. It makes it just look like you actually have full eyebrows. I kind of comb them backwards at first to get the product in my eyebrow, and then I shape them to how I want them. Sometimes I'll use concealer to clean them up a little bit, but usually I'll just scrape it with my nail and then get that perfect shape. Next is foundation. I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Foundation in the shade 0.5 Fair. It's like medium to full coverage. You can build it up if you need to. I love this foundation. It's very glowy. It's very lightweight. If you have the wrong shade like I do, it's a little too dark. It's a sheer enough color to where you can really blend it out and you don't have to worry about looking like James Charles. For my concealer, I use two. My first one that I use is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade Alabaster. I do it under my eyes, the outer corner of my eyes, my chin, any little spots that I have, and then just right above my eyebrows on my forehead. My sister uses this one, so when I ran out of my normal concealer one time, I started using this, and then the combo together is kind of just iconic. I blend out all of my concealer with my fingers because I feel like it just mixes with the foundation better. I don't like my concealer blended out with a brush because I feel like it leaves a bad texture on my skin, and then with like a beauty blender, I feel like it just picks up on my product and it doesn't do anything. So my tried and true way of blending out concealer is with my finger. I blend the outer corner of my eye. I lightly blend any spot concealing that I did. I like it to dry a little more before I fully blend it out to get more coverage. I blend out my forehead and then I leave the concealer directly underneath my eye to sit until I'm done blending out my contour. For my cream contour, I use the NYX Wonder Stick. It's more of like a bronzy shade. 02 Universal Light. So I just put that kind of where I would put bronzer, but a little under my cheekbones. I do a little on my nose, really only to bronze it up. I don't know how to nose contour. And then my forehead and underneath my jaw. I blend it out with like a dense angled brush. I don't swipe at all. I just tap it into my skin really well. Like you know what I mean? And then I don't blend my nose contour. I blend out my under eyes next. Take that onto my eyelid a little bit with the extra product. And then I blend out my nose to really make everything blend well together. Sometimes I feel like my contour gets blended down too far, so then I'll take some concealer and line underneath my cheekbone and just blend that out really well to make it more cohesive. For cream blush, I use two, mostly just because they're both running out. I use the Rare Beauty cream blush in Happy, and then the e.l.f. Camo Liquid blush in Pink Promise. I just apply both to my cheek, basically an equal amount, and then I blend my blush on my cheeks. I smile and make sure I get the apples on my cheeks, and then I blend it up to my eyebrow and then onto my eyelid as well. I'm a big blush girl, so I love my blush. I put it everywhere. This is the only high-end product that I will use, and it's only because my amazing esthetician was like, babe, you're breaking out because of the talc in your powder. You don't know, a lot of drugstore products have this ingredient in it called talc, and it can make you break out. It's really not great for people with acne-prone issues, so I bought this one. It's the Mercier translucent setting powder, and it's the talc-free version because their original version also has talc. So just because it's not drugstore doesn't mean it doesn't have talc in it. This product is $56. It is an amazing product. It's just a lot to spend money on when I use it every single day and I like to bake. But it's worth it. It's helped my skin a lot. I digress. I bake underneath my eye. I really try not to get my powder on my liquid blush at all. And then I'll bake down my nose. I blend out my concealer before I bake too to make sure I'm not just setting fine lines underneath my eyes. I do my chin, around my mouth, not with a ton of powder, but kind of just what's left on my powder puff. I'll sculpt underneath my cheekbones with some powder, and then I set my forehead as well. So for powder bronzer, I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This does have talc in it, but it doesn't seem to bother my skin too much because I don't use that much. I basically just use it to set the cream contour that I already did and to make everything blend a little bit better. For my powder blush, I use the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Dolce Pink, but I also mixed it with this old ColourPop palette that I have. It's the Yes Please palette, and I mixed it with the shade Spoiled. It's like a deep red, kind of like the color of an apple. And I used both of those as my powder blush. Again, on the apples of my cheeks, not just the cheekbones, on the apples and on my eyelid up to my eyebrow. I haven't bought a new eyeshadow palette in probably 3 years. This is the Tati Beauty palette. I don't know which one. I'm sorry, it's volume 1. But really, it's just the most basic set of eyeshadow colors you've ever seen, so you don't need this palette to do this eyeshadow. You just need a warm, medium brown. I would say even close to a light brown. You're gonna put that basically all over your lid, and then I take a darker brown and I mix that with the first brown that we used, and I only put that on my outer corner of my eye. And then I take that same dark brown and I use that to make a brown wing. It's pretty simple. You just need one fluffy brush and then one liner brush. The trick to eyeshadow is to just blend and blend and blend. I use a fluffy brush to brush off the extra bake that I have on my face, and then I do my first layer of mascara. I do a lot of mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. That's the first layer that I use. After my first layer of mascara, I do my freckles to give my mascara time to dry before I do the second coat. For my freckles, this is an eyeshadow that I made from 3 different eyeshadows from this really old Morphe palette I had. I just use a medium to dark eyeshadow and a bobby pin, and I just all over my face wherever I want freckles. I've just been doing them for like 3 years now. Kind of have a system down. I'll tap into my freckles to make them set on my face. The second mascara I use, I have to use this one for my bottom lashes because if I use the first mascara for my bottom lashes, it leaves little black dots on my face because it makes them too long. The second coat of mascara I do is with this mascara about 2.5 minutes after I set my face with setting spray. For setting spray, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. For my lip combo, I have this brown eyeliner that I got from a friend, and I think it was LA Girl, but this is what I use to line my lips with brown. And then I use the NYX lip pencil in Mahogany. I use those 2 colors, and then I clearly didn't like how it looked. And then I use this NYX matte lipstick in Vintage. And I really kind of just blend and do a couple layers until I like how it looks. I don't really know how I do my lipstick, but I do it and I like it. And then this is it. This is the final look. I did my hair. I felt really cute. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know I did. Or did I? I feel like it's giving fall. It's giving autumn. It's giving cinnamon apple girl. And if you try this look out, please tag me on Instagram because I would love to see it. And I think you are so cute. Thanks for watching. I love you so much. Bye!